This is the 51st LeetCode challenge, and it is called N Queens. The N Queens puzzle is the problem of placing N queens on an N by N chessboard such that no two queens attack each other. Given an integer n, return all distinct solutions to the N Queens puzzle. You may return the answer in any order. Each solution contains a distinct board configuration of the N Queens placement, where Q and dot both indicate a queen and an empty space respectively. So if you input n, this is one configuration, and it goes row, 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 so empty, queen, empty, 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 queen, and so on. Alright, let's get started. So I guess first things first, if n equals 1, actually what we should do is list string output equals that. Then if I equals n, output dot add new string, and this will just be q. Then we return output. Then for the rest of them, we're going to have to iterate through each possible index and backtrack creating when we find these. So I guess something that we should do first is create the board. So this will be a car array board equals new car n, and then we do for int I equals 0, I is less than I, n, I plus plus. We then do board I equals new car array of n. And then when we do that, we need to go through, yeah, that looks right. Go through the board, then it'll be board I, then j equals dot. So just initializing the whole board so it's just dots. Turn output there. Okay, got the board set up. So now we need to create a function which will be used to recursively run it. So we'll call this do private void solve board. So this will take in the car array board. We then also need to pass in the output. We also need the row, because we're going to be going row by row. Intro. So when we call this, it will be here. Go board output, then 0. So for this, for int, we'll do column equals 0. Col is less than board.length, then col plus plus. Then do board row col equals q. Actually, no, what we need before we do this, we need to check to see if it's fine to put it here. This is probably best to be another function. What should this be called? Call it is safe. So it's safe for the queen to go. So this will be cardboard board, then int row, int col. So I'll start off with for int I equals 0, I is less than row, I plus plus. So we're wanting to check if q is already on the existing column and the diagonal. So just straight away, if I col equals q, return false. And then we need to do the diagonal. So let's do int, so this left diagonal, that will be equal to, what would this be equal to? So we have the column, so for left diagonal we need to minus from it, and depending on the distance, need to look at the row. So let's say we're on column 3. We need to look at this one. So if we're on row 0, so how would we do that? So if we're on row 1, we'd then need 1, 1. But then let's say we're over here. So we'd have column 1, 2, and this will be row, and this is column 3, row 3 as well. Okay, I think I got it. So first do row minus I, so 2 minus 0 would be 2. Then from the column, 3 minus 2, which would be 1. And that's in that position, so 0, 1. Okay, I think I've got it. So column minus row, but we put this in brackets, minus I. And then for the right diagonal, it would be column plus row minus I. So if left diagonal is greater or equal to 0, because if the current column is 0, then it would just go to negatives, so I want to skip that. And board I left diagonal equals queen, return false. Then we do the same thing here. Right diagonal is less than board.length. Then we do right diagonal like that. So if we go through all this and get to here, then we return true. So back to here, we do if is safe, and what does this take in? Board row col. That's when we actually run this. So we do that, then we do solve board again. This will be board output row plus 1. So we run that, we go through each possible combination, and then when we go into the next column, we can do board row col equals dot. So we're just resetting it back to what it was. But what we want to do is up here, if row equals board.length, I want to say, yeah, if it equals board.length, we then need to add to the output. But the way we currently have it set up is okay, so we need to turn the car array into the list of strings. So we will do, what do we call it? We'll just call it solved equals new list of string. Then we'll do for each var row in board. We'll do board row solve.add string.join b row, but this needs to be an empty string, and then we return. So we start off 0, it's less than that, so it goes to here, check to see if it's safe to place, but as it's the first row, it won't, it'll be fine, so go to here, runs it. Okay. Well, I think we've got the answer, so let's run it and see what the output looks like. Okay, well, I must have done something wrong there. So is there nothing in this when we get to that point? I just realized I've got to add this to output. There we go. Okay, much better. So I've got this solution here, then this one here. Is that what LeetCode has? Okay, cool. Looks like it. So hopefully we can just copy and paste all of this into LeetCode and it'll work just fine. So run on the test ones, both accepted, and now we'll submit. Okay, cool. So that's the 51st LeetCode challenge called End Queens. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe.